The needs of children the world over are the same, but some children in sub-Saharan Africa are deprived of education, shelter, adequate nutrition, proper health care, parental guidance and care, are vulnerable to abuse, and may have to resort to various forms of labor. Sub-Saharan Africa has the highest levels of HIV prevalence, and this is reflected in the rapid rise in the number of orphaned children. The global number of orphans due to AIDS was estimated at 15 million in 2003, and it is estimated that 12.3 million children in sub-Saharan Africa have already lost their parents to AIDS. Millions more are caring for their sick parents, and even more are made vulnerable through the impact of the epidemic on their communities. This figure is expected to double by the year 2010. These children need support now, and helping them will require a very long-term commitment. The traditional African family structures are being dramatically eroded as young parents fall sick and die, leaving millions of orphans vulnerable. The pandemic has thus spawned a sad phenomenon where whole households comprise nobody else but children.
Our mother fell sick in 1999, and we started getting support from the Zimbabwe Red Cross Society. She eventually died in 2000. We live here alone, all 6 of us. The eldest girl is mentally retarded and wheelchair bound. We allocate each other household duties. We get relish from the Red Cross. We share the same room for sleeping by dividing it with a wardrobe to separate girls from boys. We all sleep on the floor, but because we only have one sleeping mate, we let the girls use it.
The pandemic has removed a whole generation. The elderly will never enjoy their retirement. Instead of being looked after by their children, grandparents are now taking care of their grandchildren.
I stay with 10 grandchildren who are all orphans. I am the only adult here. My 5 children died within a year of each other, each one leaving their children with me. What pains me most and sometimes makes me cry is that I now have to look after these children when I am old and weak. I want them to grow up and have a better future, because when I die, they will be left completely on their own. I feel for you. And now that you say you are not feeling well, you are not sleeping at night, and you are stressed, that really disturbs me.
This family is another example of an elderly grandmother looking after her 5 grandchildren. The father of these children died in 1990 and their mother in 2004.
My daughter was constantly sick and eventually passed away. I am doing everything for the family. Whatever benefits were due to her have long been exhausted.
We look to grandmother to provide us with all our needs: school fees, food, and clothing. We don't know what we will do if she passed away. There are times when she literally goes knocking from door to door asking for assistance. There are times when grandmother is so busy that she has no time to help me with my homework.
There are other families where children have to look after and nurse their sick parents. This surely is a difficult situation which leaves children traumatized and emotionally distressed as death painfully takes away their parents right in front of their eyes.
My illness started in 2003 with stomach pains. When the pain is severe, I go to the Red Cross Society for free medication. The Red Cross also assists my son with school uniform.
Tato is a high school student in rural Lesotho. His father passed away in 1990, and his mother has not been feeling well since then. The trauma of watching his mother's health deteriorating is taking its toll on the young student.
And now my mother is not waking. He is ill. She is ill. So I don't know where can I find infant from. I want to involve my family. I want to help my mother if she will be alive on that time. And I want to help my younger brother Mikis to attend school. Sometime when I left at home, I see him that she is very illness. And when I have school, I think about her. And that will lead me to don't understand what the teachers had taught us.
When our mother passed away, our concerns were school fees, accommodation, and who was going to look after us, as all our relatives have their own families.
For those who are staying alone, some faces child abuse, like some are sexually abused by other people, they take advantage. And so far, no one is protecting child-aided families.
We need better accommodation and other household items.
Some of them become street kids. Some of them indulge in early sex because they want money to support themselves.
The pension I receive is not enough. It does not even cover our food requirements.
Some days we go to school without food. It is impossible to concentrate on an empty stomach. We depend on grandmother for food.
Red Cross societies in Southern Africa are among many organizations that are implementing HIV and AIDS programs aimed at mitigating the effects of the disease through prevention, advocacy, support and care for those infected and affected.
Recognizing the magnitude of the problem, the 10 Red Cross societies in Southern Africa came together to see how they could help the children in a holistic way, realizing that there are over 4 million children in this region who have already lost their parents. And they put together a regional OVC Red Cross strategy which aims to help the children in psychologically, socially, through education and through material support, including food and shelter.
Effective home-based care integrated with ARVs and better nutrition is an input in reducing the number of orphans by increasing the quality or productive life of parents.
Red Cross assists us with many things, such as uniforms, shoes, and blankets. Red Cross is very helpful.
The relief to development approach that has been used in addressing the problem, in other words, providing food packs to the most vulnerable households during the most vulnerable months, and then providing seed and agricultural inputs to enable those households to be more productive is a very good approach, which then means that the households can be weaned off towards being more self-supporting rather than having them dependent on handouts for too long.
If any of us children are sick, the Red Cross is always there to provide free medication, especially this young girl who is always sick.
That will not only change the situation of these children, but will also change the situation of the next generation. It is urgent that education is included in every package. But education support needs to be carefully organized and carefully managed in such a way that children can finish complete phases of their educational development.
It's very vital for our future in this region that we take care of our children who are today more alone, who are suffering from having lost their parents.
Having realized that there is an ever-increasing number of orphans due to AIDS in Malawi, the communities initiated community-based child care centers. This initiative is an integrated component project within the home-based care program. Apart from providing early learning opportunities, it also benefits the guardians and other home-based care clients by affording them time to do other activities.
Malawi Cross Society has managed to get through to assist the communities who did a good job themselves by initiating community-based child care centers called CBCCs.
This project is helping the child-headed families in the form that when they come here, we give them food in the morning, the form breakfast. So when they go back home, there's no need for them to give them breakfast since we provide them with the breakfast right here at the center.
The caregivers are the ones who give the young ones basic education as well as the psychological, psychosocial support.
Also,
the community-based child care centers are helping in developing the young children. These centers prepare them for primary education.
This year we have experienced a drought, so there is a shortage in terms of foodstuffs and sugar. Plus, there are some children who need clothing. So, it's some of the problems we are facing at this center.
We are appealing to organizations to continue helping us. They should not let us down.
Red Cross, as an organization, we have done our part. Somewhere we are challenged, and the program is well managed by the community, but they still need room for support. We are appealing to donors to support the program to complement whatever Red Cross has already done in the community.
The Red Cross taking the approach which is family-based is a very good idea, and it is indeed sustainable.
Although we wish to do more for the orphans around this place, but we don't have enough on our hands to put it down, so the children will do something. The children in this area are willing to do some things. They are willing to learn.
In Lesotho, many vulnerable families have benefited from the nutrition gardens, which are run by the communities with the support of local chiefs and the Red Cross.
This gardening project is actually meant for
the OVC support in terms of nutrition, and also some surplus produce is sold so that daily needs of orphans and vulnerable children could be met.
As the chief, I help by providing land to the Red Cross for the nutrition gardens. I try my best to provide for these children. The Red Cross is playing a major role in assisting them.
A lot of children, about 200 of them, have benefited from this initiative. And also we have quite a lot of input from the community and other school supporters also. I think we need a global approach and solidarity methods to cater for this increasing number of orphans and vulnerable children, and ask the government also to assist in tilling more land, because there is quite a lot of arable land here in Lesotho.
All members of the community have a responsibility to take care of their own children. And the corporate sector has also this social responsibility to be part of the solution. Today they are losing a lot of workers who die every day from AIDS. So if we don't prepare the children, if we don't educate them, if we don't teach them a job, it's the future workforce that will be at stake.
Doctor. Ini kantakura ni ngoramba chichengeta wanaume ongo. I want to be a teacher.
I want to be a doctor.
I want to be a police.
I want to be a teacher.
I want to be an accountant.
I want to be a doctor.
Listen. Give me good education for me to have a baby food.
With the challenges facing children in Southern Africa, do they have a future? Will they ever attain their wishes? It is the responsibility of all of us to ensure a brighter future for Sub-Saharan Africa.